Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. Purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I will determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person that committed the crime. As you stand before me today, of course, I presume that you're innocent. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the state can prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you haven't had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. And I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When I call your name, please step forward to the podium. Athena Jones. Morning, Miss Jones. What's your date of birth?
6/15/89.
Athena, I've got two charges today, possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Yes, sir.
Pardon me?
Appoint a public defender.
There you go. I'll appoint the PD. State, what can you tell me?
Beginning as a juvenile in 2005, false name DeLeo and no valid. 2007, as an adult, aggravated battery, great bodily harm. Looks like she went to prison for that. Released into probation. Looks like she immediately filed and returned to prison. And then last year, a conviction on grand theft. Looks like she did county time for that. So I can confirm this morning.
And Ms. Jones, I have an address for you on Peach Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
Like 2 months.
Okay. You have a job these days?
No, I get disability.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 on the meth, $1,000 on the paraphernalia. The total is $3,000. I'll have you back in court on the 23rd of October. If you get out, make sure you go see the public defender. Otherwise, they'll come see you at the jail, okay? Thank you. Raymond Howard?
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Howard. What's your date of birth?
4/17/74.
Mr. Howard, the charge is possession of marijuana. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender? I'll appoint the PD, State.
Beginning in 1993, cocaine possession, paraphernalia, sale in lieu of, sale of crack cocaine ×2, ×3, possession of crack cocaine ×3. 1993, possession of crack cocaine, possession of crack cocaine, sale of crack cocaine ×2. Went to prison, 1994, cocaine sales and possession. Violated his probation, 1996, cocaine possession, cocaine sales, 1999, resisting without, possession of cocaine and sale of cocaine, 1999, acquitted of robbery with a firearm, 1999, misdemeanor cannabis, and violated his probation, possession of cocaine in 99, an arrest for armed robbery with no disposition in 99, looks like he went back to prison for a stretch. 2013, some traffic violation. 2016, conviction on misdemeanor battery.
Okay. And, sir, I've got an address for you on Oakdale Avenue in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
About 3 years.
Okay. Got a job these days?
No, working up under the table.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bond at the $1,000. I'll have you back in court on the 18th of October. If you get out, make sure you go see the public defender right away, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Marcus Allen. Morning, Mr. Allen. What's your date of birth?
June 23rd, 1995.
Mr. Allen, this morning I've got a grand theft and a criminal mischief. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State what you tell me.
2014 FTA, I'm not sure of the underlying. And also a probation violation and another FTA 2014, 2015, DV and another probation violation. Also 2015, a bunch of dropped grand thefts and frauds. 2015, dealing stolen property ×2 and false name to pawn. Looks like those are all dropped. 2015, got a criminal registration, not sure the violation there. 2016, some sort of VOP, went to prison, don't know the underlying. That's all I'm showing.
Okay. All right. Marcus, I got an address for you on Kirkshire Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
I'll say 4 years.
Are you working these days?
No, but I have interviews, so I can help out with my daughter. I was going to ask you 2 questions, if that's possible.
Okay. Ask the first one.
Would it be possible to ROR me so I can go to my job applications?
Okay. The answer is you're not really an ROR candidate. What's the next question?
That'll be it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set the bonds for the schedule, which is $2,000 on the theft, $1,000 on the criminal mischief. The total is $3,000. I'll have you back in court on the 23rd of October. Very important that you go see the public defender to get out, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Justin Evans.
How you doing today, Your Honor?
I'm doing good, Justin. What's your date of birth?
12/26/93.
All right. This looks like, is it a VOP warrant?
Yes, it is.
Okay. On an old case, a 2015 case.
Right. According to the recommendation was 30 days. According to the clerk's office, he has a 0 balance.
He's a 0 balance, and he's got a driver's license.
That's what I'm told.
All right. Sounds like time served to me.
Thank you, sir. I was told by my probation. I'm sorry for interrupting. I was told by my probation officer when the whole thing happened that all I had to do was get my license back and pay my fees, and I'd be done. So that's what I did.
Well, you have to let them know. Apparently, there was a communication problem, Justin. But we'll take care of it right now. You understand by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial to the court and the right to confront the witnesses against you. But you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so this is in case number 15, CT 1544. Do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made, revoke and terminate the probation, unsuccessfully adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge, sentence you to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served. There'll be a $50 cost of prosecution and a $50 for the day in jail, so that's $100, Justin. You want to get to the clerk's office as soon as you can and get that paid, because otherwise they'll suspend your license after a month or so, all right?
Yes, sir. It'll be paid within the day.
Very good. If there's nothing else keeping you in jail, you'll be released today.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck. Michael Skipper.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Skipper. What's your date of birth?
12/1979.
All right, Mr. Skipper, you're also here on a warrant that I signed. Apparently, it was a failed to appear on a notice to appear on a VOP. Ms. Newby, what do you know about Mr. Skipper?
The recommendation is 30 days.
Okay. And his license is still revoked. And, all right. So, Michael, the recommendation on this morning is 30 days in the county jail. You can take the 30 days if you want to right now. If you don't, then I'll send a lawyer out to speak to you before your court date. What's your pleasure?
I was really hoping that you would reinstate my probation. I have a career opportunity, not just a job opportunity, but starting at $18 an hour for Vogel Brothers Construction. I would be able to fulfill any obligations. I've been through my back surgery. I'm well enough to work. I have worked for the last week, and I would really appreciate an opportunity to fulfill my responsibilities to you. And I owe you an apology. I got my dates mixed up. I thought I was supposed to see you the 28th of this month, which I believe is this coming Wednesday.
Okay, hang on a second.
But apparently I was wrong.
Well, we know that much. Hang on.
Yes, sir, and I apologize to you. I could end up making upwards of $20 an hour after my 90 days. I'm just now getting well enough to where I could work after my surgery.
Hang on. Okay.
I'm actually supposed to be completing the paperwork and your analysis for that job today.
All right. Michael, I understand the argument, so hang on, all right?
Yes, sir. I apologize.
Okay. All right. Well, here's your situation. This is what I'll offer you today. What happened here is I sentenced you last December, and you went AWOL in March. They didn't issue a warrant for you until June, so they gave you lots of chances to recontact with this. Don't interrupt me.
Yes, sir.
Recontact with the probation folks, and by June you had done almost nothing. Fortunately for you, or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, when we sentenced you to a first degree misdemeanor and put you on probation for 12 months. You've now got 5 months that are still remaining. You still owe something like $400. It looks like you owe me some community service as well. And I am going to reinstate you and give you a chance to do that. However, I'm also going to suspend 180 days in the county jail. So you're going to get out today, and you're going to get that career opportunity, and you're going to get busy and get these things done. And if you violate again, for some reason, you're going to do 6 months in the county jail, or you can take 30 days right now. Your choice.
I think I'll take the chance and fulfill my responsibilities and pursue
You
this career.
understand, by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to confront the witnesses against you and the right to have a trial to the court and the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can get you out today and get you back on probation?
Yes, sir.
In case number 16, CT3810, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will reinstate your probation. I'll adjudicate you guilty if that wasn't done before. Reinstate your probation with all of the same conditions there were before, except now there's a $50 cost of prosecution. I'll also, as a condition of that probation, sentence you to 6 months in the county jail. I will suspend the jail time pending successful completion of the conditions that remain, whatever the fine and court cost balance, community service, whatever it was I sentenced you to back in December. Should you get those things done before your probation time's out, you can terminate the probation. And now that you understand, if you violate your probation again for any particular reason, you've already been sentenced to the 6 months, and that'll be the sentence. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail right now, You'll be released today. I need you to report then to county probation. Hang on. No later than, what is today? September 25th. I'll have you by the 27th at 4 o'clock. That's the latest you can report to county probation to get started back on your obligations here, all right?
Yes, sir. You said I had 5 months left?
Something like that. They'll tell you for sure there, but that's what it looks like to me.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being understanding.
Very good. Good luck. All right, Matt, you got a motion here?